Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Grimstone Rule Well, and to the Akim on the falcons of the earth, preaching the gospel of Hamashiach Yahushai in sincerity and in truth and diligence of mind. This is Ramash DC Camp, short lesson for the hopeful elect in these last days. All right, seeking salvation and renewal of our minds. Okay, after the image of Hamashiach Yahushai. So you see on your screen a plan of the elites that they hold so dearly to their minds, so dearly to their hearts, something they wish to have so importantly that they are willing, to turn the world's economy upside down, and that's the whole idea of having a digital monetary system. And you already know, so it's that system of control, system of authoritarianism, all right? And that's what they want. They want to centralize every aspect of people's lives. They want to be in that business of the distribution of privileges, distribution of responsibilities, distribution of rights. They want to be the author of people's well-being. They want to be the source of everything. They want to have total control and total authority over one's existence, and that's why, the Lord revealed the plans of these elites, to servants, the prophets. All right. So I'm just going to get straight to the point. This is from the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. All right. So it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. All right. So all these families that have a hand in owning central banks and the Federal Reserve System and all these big banks on Wall Street and around the world, they want their dominion to extend to all generations of their family and their buddies and all that stuff, the conglomerates. They want it to last forever. And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right. So that's exactly what they really, really want. And that's just straight to the point. All right. And, that's exactly what they are concerned about. They want the birthright back from the so-called Negroes, so-called Latino, and the so-called Native Americans, who are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. So, they are really serious about this agenda, and they are willing, to to put up a fight against Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, because anytime that's a so-called mass upheaval in Babylon, you can always tell they want to take advantage of it to consolidate more power. And you hear about businesses getting bought up by other bigger businesses, mergers and acquisitions. That's exactly what they're doing, and whatever business is about to come to the top, whatever corporation is about to be put out there at the forefront of the news media, you can always tell they have a hand in steering that corporation. In other words, they want that corporation to get all the shine. So that way, it gets engraved in the people's mind, the buying up advertising space, to get the pundits, to, talk big talk about that corporation, about their idea, what the corporation is doing. And it's something they do for their so-called peons, so the people have no other option but to look onto onto their so-called, what you call Messiah. The Messiah of this propaganda, and that's what they do. And they use that tool of censorship to control the opposition. All right. And then verse, this is Psalms chapter 64. I'm going to read a couple of verses. Verse 5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Yeah, and that's the whole trick of, you know, the whole digital currencies, man. You know, and I already know it's leading towards the mark of the beast. You know, the 666. You know, those 3 digits. Yeah, the chi, psi, sigma, and that's exactly what it is. You know, they want people to be embedded with microchips, so they could be, modern day slaves. And the Lord, Hamashiach Yahushua, has already warned us about the plans, and you should be able to detect when they're pushing any idea that can be merged into the mark of the beast system. All right. And then verse 6 says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, but the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. You know, they put in a lot of our resources to have a perfect plan to dominate the minds of the people. All right, to put up a wall that the people cannot, stand up against. And that's why they always like to allow these politicians, to pass all types of, egregious acts, egregious legislation. And the people are upset and fed up, and that they look at the false, the false, the false idea of being a Democrat or being a Republican, or being a Tory or conservatives or whatever. They just realize, it's just a, game of smoke and mirrors. All right. And then it says in verse 7, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. All right. And that's how they get into conflicts and arguments. And when people get angry and drunk, they start to talk, and that's how they get revealed. And then verse 8 says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Yeah, so the people that understand how tyrannical the system is don't want to be a part of it, and when they realize the damage it's going to do, and the so-called negative impact on human existence on Earth. And people get attached to their family members, their friend, their way of life, and they're willing to stand up. And that's why a lot of people are just buying up weapons, man. Ammunition is just going through the roof, man. And then I go straight to the book of Proverbs. Yeah, so the inward thoughts of this elite, man, it's not something you take lightly. You have to pay attention, to their publications and understand, why now, how much have they accomplished so far, and then you realize, that the Most High, searches the heart of man. So the book of Proverbs chapter 20 verse 27 says, the spirit of man is the candle of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Al-Shai, Ba'ashem Al-Kwakadash, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Yeah, and that's how it is, man. So all the smoke and mirrors, all smoke screen they like to put out there on the news is just a distraction to mislead the people. Because when you look clearly at their actions and the relationships they have with these different corporations and entities, then you realize what they've been up to. Okay, so it says the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord Yahweh, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Yeah, so the intent of the heart, man, always tell you, what these folks are up to, and that's how the Lord operates. Musa is not come as you are. The Messiah is a judge of people's content, people's character, their spiritual character. All right. So I'm going to get from the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 26. It says, there is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. Yeah, so that's how these elites are, man. They always like to, portray themselves as, as philanthropists that care about the people, but their whole goal is to make the people subservient, always pretending, and that's the goal of the serpent, man. Pretend to be helpful, try to pretend to be, aka the brother's keeper, but the whole goal is to supplant, all right? And then verse 27 says, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not, where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware. Yeah, so that's exactly what the elites do, man. They're always playing upon people's ignorance and people's absence. And that's how they're able to divide and conquer and get all those riches. And hey, what do you expect the serpent to do? The Messiah made them that way. So who knows them better than the one who made them? All right. So the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, has already revealed their plan, and the people are getting ready. Okay, the end of the mindset of being a serpent, man, a crooked serpent is coming to an end, and it's time for righteousness, man. Dealing, straightforward with the people, walking that straight and narrow path, that narrow focus, that leads to a balanced society, a balanced household. That's exactly what the Most High is, setting up, all right, before the whole world by raising up his servants, the prophets, the children of Israel, okay? And then the final precept from the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 12, it says, this is a warning, all right, to our people. It says, in some verse 10, it says, never trust that enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, so it tells you, man, his his intent, his natural inclinations are still there, despite all the, the makeup. They try to cover it up. And then the last precept, verse 12 says, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And that's exactly what they want. All right, they want to be us, the Israelites. All right, they want to be the children of Israel, these Edomites, man, especially the so-called Amalekites. All right, it says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. All right, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last end. All right, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay, so their goal is to want to be the children of the Most High, but they're not. All right, they have not earned that inheritance. So neither was it given to them. All right, so that's a point there. Like, people need to be awakened by the gospel of Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, the Spirit of the Lord is moving, and it's beautiful to see our people waking up and they understand what they need to do to get out of that mindset of trusting in a oppressive society, the society of a serpent, trusting in this ideology. Yeah, so that was the point that I kept, we We're almost out of here. Shalom.